Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a very exciting modification or upgrade to the Transporter. If you did not see the previous content, this is my T5 and I'm just trying to make it really cool, if I'm honest. I'm trying to modify it and upgrade it in the ways that I would want. Now, this being a panel van, didn't come with many options from the factory. So today we are going to be upgrading this to an Apple CarPlay system. So Apple CarPlay, I think, is a perfect addition to any slightly older vehicle. This is a 2007 model, so of course the infotainment, as I would call it, isn't the greatest. So today we are going to be upgrading this with Apple CarPlay, and we're going to be putting a backup camera in this. As you've probably seen from previous content, this was a panel van. Someone's cut some windows in it, but you cannot see anything out the back of this thing. And although I'd like to judge my parking as relatively okay, I don't want to be reversing it into other people, poles, various things like that. So a backup camera is a massive help for something like this, where you basically can't see out the back of it. So let me take you in. We're going to show you the Eonon unit that they have sent down, and I will show you all the features. We'll show an installation and what it looks like and how it performs on the other side when it's in. I'm going to take you inside the van and show you exactly what these vans have. If you have a T5 and you're watching this, this is the similar unit that you will have. So I've actually already sort of pulled it out just to check wiring and stuff behind it, but this is the original head unit. It was actually already sort of out when I bought the van, so I sort of knew that someone had been in here, maybe changed the radio. So this made it actually a little bit easier. If you're going to take this out, you're going to have to get the keys that actually go in both sides. If you don't have them, they're readily available on the internet. They go in here in the sides, basically like that. But yeah, you get the idea if you've done this before, or if not, there's plenty of information out there. But the keys are the key to get this out. And with taking that out, you will notice that there is, you know, a bit of wiring behind there. I've had to use a wiring harness, which I'll show you guys in a minute, but I will show you what I've bought and the Eonon system just in the back of the van. Let's go and have a look. This is the unit. It is the Eonon UX6S, and what a fantastic little product. Now, I have already done a video in the past of very similar installation, I suppose, on a VW Touareg that I had, and it just completely transformed what you could do with the vehicle. Of course, with the standard infotainment, or whatever you would call it, radio, I suppose, it's just so much better with these systems. So yeah, link is in the description to one of these if you would like one. But let's start with the wiring. I've actually already ahead of myself in this video. I wanted to get the van prepped and ready to go so I could absolutely smash this out. This actually came with the A0127 reversing camera, which of course is a big deal for me because we can't see anything out the back of this thing. So makes complete sense that I would want to do this just for that. But Apple CarPlay, of course, being just the greatest thing ever, straight in the van, wireless Apple CarPlay, music on, and of course you have your maps on there. So I have already started wiring the van off camera because I wanted to make sure I was well ahead of myself. So very, very simple to, you know, wire in, I suppose, the reversing camera. Basically what I did was drop the headline in all the way down, dropped all this. As you saw in the last video, we actually did all of this, and I thought I'd get the reversing camera ready for this video. So let me just pull this down a little bit. I've actually screwed it into this part here. So if I just close the van, you will see reversing camera right there, and it should give a good perspective of what's going on. I'm probably going to angle it a little bit further down, so I've left it a little bit loose just in case I want to sort of go down or up or wherever I need to go. But that is in, ready to go, all wired all the way down to the front of the vehicle. The last thing I have to do is actually put this into the reversing light, so it activates when it goes in reverse. Same down there as well. You have to take one of the reverse trigger wires and actually put it into where you go into reverse. So this, of course, being an automatic, should be relatively easy to do that. We will find out in a minute, but that needs to be done. This needs to be brought down through here, so I've left it all out through here and to the reverse light. Should be pretty simple. Let's get on with it. Let's get that original radio out and get this one straight in there. Right, so back into the front of the van. I've already disconnected this off camera, so we'll take that straight out. Again, you're going to need the keys for that to take out. We'll put that down there because we don't need that anymore. And I have already gone in and started to get all of the necessary bits and bobs in here. So I will take you through all the little bits of wiring that I've done, all the little bits of it's craziness in here at the moment because I need to tidy it all up. But yeah, I will show you as we just detangle everything. I will show you all the different bits that I've done. So going from this side to there, we have the original to here aerial, and I've actually bought it with this part. Now this part came with this wiring harness, which is readily available. So this is the original wiring harness just back here, as you can see. This is what will go into your original head unit. And then this bit bought with the fascia and with this connector, again, readily available on the internet for T5s, T4s, whatever you need. This bit coming from the original system just there, we'll tuck that back in there, to this part that goes into then the Eonon system. So this bit was the bit that came with my fascia and the radio transmitter thingamabob, and great information there, thingamabob. And this bit is actually from the the Eonon system. So coming from here, we have a few wires that I've only had to really change a few of them, and I will show you that. So down here, we will get into it. I'll do it after when I've pulled all this back off, but you will see that there is the orange and the red wires have then gone into their own wire down to the fuse 19, which is just behind here. Now I will take all of that out and show you guys in a minute when I install this back in, but I've just shown you the wiring that I've done. So that's all I've had to do there. If you do want to put your grounds in, you can. Steering wheel controls if you do have a different steering wheel, and another steering wheel control there, and the reverse trigger. Now this is the bit that I've actually taken everything out for, again, because this bit has got to go down and round into here to get the reverse trigger for that reversing camera to come on. So we'll be doing that not so distant future. So last bit though is the bits that if you want in, you can have in. I went for it because it's in there. So this is the GPS wire and the other, so GPS wire there, as you can see, GPS, and another transmitter or signal, aerial signal. I went with this because I just wanted to make sure that the system had every aerial that it needed. So we have that's going to go back into the head unit. Push that back in, what's going on there? And the GPS wire, because you can actually run Google Maps in this if you didn't want to use your Apple CarPlay. So that's fine. It also does the Android CarPlay as well, but that's what we will be doing today. So I've actually put all of those and stuck them to the back of the dash just down here. Thought that was the easiest way to do that. Hopefully that explains the wiring side. If you want a bit more of an in-depth wiring guide, I suppose, Eonon does have that available with all of their systems, and you can actually scan a QR code on your documents that come with these, and it'll actually take you straight to wiring diagrams and various bits like that. But yeah, pretty straightforward if I'm honest. Let's get all this connected up to the system, and then yeah, get this thing going. We fed the last few wires through, ready to go. Well, this is probably the best I can get at the moment with these little crimpy doobies. Just using stuff that's actually in the garage ready to go. So that's on. I'm going to pop this on here, the surround, and we'll do the final fit, get the reverse camera going as well, because that needs a second test just before I clip it all in, then we should be good to go. So everything is in. Test run number 1. Hopefully I've done this right. Again, not a professional, but we're having a go. I'll always have a go, mate. I've done head units in the past, but never in a transporter. So we've got the wire. Again, I'll recap. We've got the wire going from the power and the illumination down to the fuse 19, which is literally just there. Now, you can take all of this apart, but you can just basically access the fuse if you want to just try this out. And right, here we go. Ignition on. Ignition on, and boom, there we go. So That's good. Let me just see if it actually turns off. Ignition off. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes, perfect. Because obviously you don't want the head unit on at all times when you're out of the vehicle. No one needs it. Done that in the past. No one needs it. Anyway, let's try it again. Just to make sure. Lovely. Right. Like the background. That's cool, isn't it? Nice little background. Right, let's go to smartphone link, and because I'm videoing on my phone, it might take off. Oh, there's actually a power voltage there as well. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh, here we go. And just like that, connected up to the screen. Ta-da! It's literally, I'm going to say it's literally that easy. Again, I'm a novice, right? And if you're worried about doing stuff like this to a vehicle, stuff like this, especially with the VW products and a product that's just built so well, these guys know their head units. I've used them in the past. I know the deal, and this has been an absolute breeze. So as you can see, phone, maps, messages, now playing Spotify, WhatsApp, and just holding the head unit in because obviously I haven't put it in properly yet. Just making sure everything works. Of course it does. We're in Stoke-on-Trent. Look at that. So that works. That is so good. So that's on there. We've got my Spotify just there with all my horrendous music that no one wants to see. And settings, driving focus, wallpaper, always dark, because I've got this thing for always dark. You always want a dark screen in a car. That's just a me thing though. But it's good that that's all here. Siri, like just everything. So I am so happy all of that works. Let's fit this back up with the, again, the bits that came with the adapter. This is, again, another bit I bought off, you know, any website basically. And yeah, let's throw that in, centralize it all, bolt it in, see how it looks. So first test, bring the ignition on. I'm actually going to start the van. So that works. That's a good start. Right. Here comes the big one. Are we ready? So I'm going to put it in reverse, and hopefully, if I've connected it properly, I think the Apple CarPlay is just coming on. So Apple CarPlay is on. So I'll put my foot on the brake, put it into reverse, and yeah, let's go. So that works. That works really well. I've actually angled the camera down a little bit because we're in a van. It's convex a little bit different, but yeah, that is, and then into park. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy with that. This also has the 8-core with a 6GB RAM and a 64GB ROM. Of course, with this, you can have the steering controls. I haven't got them yet because, of course, I haven't got a steering wheel with steering controls. We'll be doing that very, very soon. As the rotary knob, a proper knob, which is what we like. A fast charging Type-C USB right here. A normal USB just there. Aux in. All split screen where you can have your music up here, your phone, time, even a little clock there. That's cool. Position, mile an hour. You also have equalizer settings here, so you can go from 3D sound, sound field, bass boost, tons of options. You can, of course, sign into your YouTube and to your Netflix accounts, start watching your Netflix or YouTube on this device. As I turn the van off, this is exactly why I wanted it. Reverse camera with the reverse switch. So as you go into reverse with an automatic, reverse switch goes on, it goes into reverse, and the Apple CarPlay just coming on straight away. Now, if you would like your own one of these, there is a link in the description. Thank you again to Eonon for just coming through and helping me out. Just get a cool unit in a slightly older vehicle. Again, I think this is the perfect system, or any of their systems really. Just go on their website, find your car, find out what is compatible, and if you do run into any problems or need any questions answering, they are on it. Link is in the description to one of these, and we'll see you on the next one.